Hello VC. I got this idea for this video from the comments that Carsten Olsen and My Vinyl Bar left on one of my videos. Basically this is a joke on my own expense, but I'm sure that many of you have experienced similar kind of thing. So the story starts back in 1991 when I went to buy this one, Snap by The Jam, a double compilation, and there's nothing out of the ordinary about me buying this one, as I had some time before started very slowly buying punk albums. But the actual story starts with the other album that I bought at the same time, and that was this one, Emmylou Harris, Duets. The thing is that I still don't understand why I bought this one, because, well, first of all I went to buy a punk album and I bought a country album. Because I didn't listen to country music at all. I only vaguely knew who Emmylou Harris was. I didn't know any of her songs. I didn't know any of her albums. But for some reason I bought this and I liked it enough so that I went and bought another album. Profile 2, The Best of Emmylou Harris. And it was at this point that I decided that I have enough Emmylou Harris that I won't be needing any more. So I would stop buying her records here. But of course Trio really isn't her album, so yeah, I could buy that one. But at this point I only really had compilation albums from her, so obviously you do understand that I had to buy at least one of her actual albums. So I bought Roses in the Snow. But at this point I thought that okay, I have enough, I don't need anything more. Well, of course that doesn't include her first album. Of course I had to know where her story began really. So I bought Pieces of the Sky. And at this point, well, I decided again I'm not gonna buy any more of her albums. Except of course that now I only had her early material, so I needed something from her more recent recordings. So I bought Wrecking Ball and I decided that okay, that's it. I won't be buying any more of her albums. Now I have everything I need. But of course you do understand that when I found an original US pressing, it would have been a crime not to buy it. So obviously I had to buy that one. This was sort of out of the rules, you know, so I had to buy that one. But now I had enough records, I wouldn't need anything more. Well, except when I heard that she had recorded her second album of her material that she had written herself. So of course I had to buy Red Dirt Girl, but now I had enough records, I wouldn't need any more from her. So I decided to stop buying her records now. Except, of course, you do understand that when I went to Nashville, I had to buy a country record from Nashville, obviously. So I bought Last Date, sorry. So yeah, okay, this was something that could be excused, but now I wouldn't buy any more of her records. Well, except of course that when I found 13, I hadn't even heard that she had this album called this one. So obviously I couldn't have included this on the records that I wouldn't buy when I didn't even know that it existed. So yeah, well, I had to buy this one. But now I had everything that I needed. I wouldn't need anything more. Except when I found her actual first album, Gliding Bird. I had only thought that Pieces of the Sky was her first album, but I later found out that Gliding Bird was her first album, and this one being a true rarity. Of course I had to buy this one. But well, that would be the last one. I wouldn't need anything more, so I decided to stop buying her records now. Well, except that I buy, every Christmas I buy one Christmas album, so Emmylou Harris's record, Light of the Stable, was a good one, even though I bought this one in June, but well, it was Christmas record of that year, so this one didn't count. You do understand that. And well, if I had the second album that she had written herself, of course I needed to have the first album, so the Ballad of Sally Rose. But now, this was it. I wouldn't buy anything more from her. Well, of course I would need a true comprehensive compilation of her career, so I bought Songbird. But yeah, this would be it. I wouldn't buy anything more anymore. And well, 302 of, yeah, you know, I had to. And well, Quarter Moon in a 10-cent town, and you know, Elite Hotel, well, and well, Bluebird and Evangeline and Cimarron, Blue Kentucky Girl, and Angel Band, you know. But yeah, well, but now when I say that I'm not gonna buy any more Emmylou Harris albums after the next two, this time I mean it. Well, sort of. Bye.